How's it going, team? This is the Brown Man. I hope all is well. I want to appreciate the support that you guys have given me as we have done our first Monster Meep review last week, which is Godzilla vs. Hedorah. And for this week, we're going to be going into our second Monster Meep review, Godzilla vs. Biollante. Godzilla vs. Biollante is a movie that I enjoyed as a kid, just like Godzilla vs. Hedorah. Godzilla vs. Biollante has an interesting start. So people held a contest, Toho held a contest, and they fished for ideas. And the idea that won was a giant plant monster. But because of Biollante's size, the suit can't actually move that much. So they got a little creative with the powers that she can use. Godzilla, of course, also going into the Heisei era, or the era that this is called, got a little bit of got a reboot essentially from the Showa era, and he looks a lot more menacing. He looks great. This is one of the best designs for Godzilla throughout his entire history. And a lot of people would arguably say it is the best design, is the Heisei era, because his suit was kept relatively consistent. They didn't really change much throughout the Heisei era until they get a little bit towards the end. Godzilla recently fought the Super X. We see the return of the Super X with some adjustments, and Godzilla will be mostly fighting the military throughout the movie, and in between, halfway and towards the end, he will be facing off against two of Biollante's forms, the Rose form and the... Good God, what the fuck is that monster form? A scientist loses his daughter, and for some weird fucking reason, he decides to splice human into, like, we'll say a rose, and then, of course, I guess to be immortal or something, he put some Godzilla cells in there, and, you guys know it didn't end well. So we got Biollante off of that, and of course this is commentary on experimentation and the limits that science and exploration should have.
They are both made from the same cells. They're identical, the same thing. Not brother and sister. They're both the same creature.
One of the best looking characters in all of Godzilla makes her appearance here, which is Mickey.
The girl was calling you Asuka. It was your name, I'm sure of it. Bye.
Mickey is a psychic that can regularly feel Godzilla, like just telepathically. She has this connection to Godzilla, and she appears from here on out throughout the Heisei era.
Well, children, have you finished? Yay! Well, that's great. All right, now, children, let us see what you dreamed of.
Daddy's coming. When monsters are on screen, those are typically the best points of a monster movie, and when it's a bunch of people talking, it's typically the lowest point of the movie. And to build consistent lore and build all that stuff does allow people who are fans to actually have a bit more interest in the human characters unfolding, their plots unfolding, because we build a connection to the humans as they are consistently in here. So sometimes having a good looking character or several good looking characters helps, but of course they need to have characters with attitude, a little bit of sass, because just having a character that looks nice doesn't do everything, unless they have like Z-cup titties for some reason.
All this intravenous stuff's no good for you. Stick to smoking.
But Mickey, being a regularly reoccurring character, helps out a lot because it makes sense to have her consistently take a certain role, instead of a lot of people having different names but having very similar roles. So I do appreciate that. So this is a chill movie. I'm not going to go over too much in depth. As I said, this movie is overlooked. I want you guys to check out these movies. Alright? Y'all be safe. Y'all stay hydrated. And of course, have a good one.